not about money. It's about sending a message. Everything burns.
So following suit with Netflix has recently announced price increase to their plans from $1 to $2 depending on the plan. Amazon Prime has also announced that they will be increasing the price of their Prime subscription service by 17%. So now the annual subscription will be $139, and that's an increase from $119. And the month to month will be from $12.99 now, it will be $14.99. Now, what does this have to do with programming? Well, good that you asked. So, Netflix, as we know, they create original programming so that they don't have to pay exorbitant license fees to other studios and film studios and TV production studios to license out their existing programming, so they make their own programming. And what that programming is designed to do is basically to increase the subscriptions that they can make from the Netflix subscription model, and then also to retain subscription. Now, the problem with this is that most of the programming, or the original programming that comes out of Netflix, is trash, utter and complete trash. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at all the canceled Netflix series and think about how far and deep you have to go into the Netflix category or catalog in order to find something worth watching. It is difficult, and they are spending billions and billions of dollars on this original programming. Where do you think those billions of dollars come from? They come from your subscriptions. Now, what has been the trend among Netflix series and Netflix subscriptions and subscribers is that basically the masses will find shows that they really like The Witcher, Stranger Things, series like this, and they will, subscribe to Netflix for as long as those seasons last, or as long as it takes them to binge the latest season, of Ozark or what have you. And then once they finished and there's nothing that they actually want to watch left, they will basically ditch the subscription and renew it when, again, a show comes around that they actually want to watch. Now, the issue with this is that because there's such a glut of trash on Netflix, this ebb and flow of subscribers happens very often. So essentially all the money that they're spending on crap programming, and the crap programming that I'm talking about ranges from subject matter, but essentially the things that people don't want to see are extra woke propaganda nonsense, unfunny comedy specials, excluding like things like Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Bill Burr, things like that. But like a bunch of unfunny comedy specials, a bunch of really lame original series, and just a bunch of real diversity crap that's not really made to serve any particular audience, but just mostly to virtue signal that the company has woke diversity and inclusion in its programming, and it's costing you as the subscriber and the consumer money. Now, this slightly differs from Amazon's way of doing. So, Amazon's Prime Video subscription service is included with Amazon Prime. So, what's happening with Amazon is that people get Amazon Prime mostly for the perks of the free deliveries and next day delivery, and just the shipping that you get from Amazon's service when you subscribe to Prime. Prime Video is kind of like more so a perk rather than, it's like a feature, but it's not really the main concern when you have Amazon Prime as a subscription. So all the billions of dollars that, Jeff Bezos' company has decided to really pour into Prime Video, what they're doing is essentially trying to force the diversity issue. And if you don't believe that, last year they actually came out with a diversity policy, which basically outlines what the mission is as far as their programming. I can read a little bit of this because it was released from Business Wire reporting on this, and this was June 16th, 2021. And it says that Amazon released a comprehensive inclusion policy that extends its commitment to diversity, inclusion, and equity for its content and productions, as well as a playbook with guidelines for its collaborators in the creative community. These guides offer detailed and actionable recommendations as Amazon Studios continues to seek out stories and storytelling that amplify voices across race, ethnicity, nationality, sexual orientation, age, religion, disability, including mental health, body size, gender, gender identity, and gender expression of the global Prime Video audience. Here's the problem. Nobody cares, okay? People don't want to, they don't watch TV and they don't participate in entertainment to see all of the different colors of the rainbow and, you know, different disabilities and all this other nonsense. They watch television and programming for escapism. And this is, you know, important because look at most of the shows on Prime Video. Look at the ones that are actually making headlines that people actually want to watch. What are the differences? I mean, look at it. Like, we know that the most popular shows on Amazon Prime are things like The Boys or Invincible or just a myriad of other shows. Wheel of Time is actually pretty popular despite its persistent wokeness, or at least according to Amazon, it's popular. And that leads us into the next problem. These companies like Netflix, Amazon, and all the other streaming giants don't necessarily have to disclose, let's say, accurate numbers or numbers at all when it comes to their programming. For instance, Amazon said that Wheel of Time was their second most popular series on the platform, but refused to disclose any actual numbers that would bolster or even show that that's an accurate statement. They can just put out these statements and you have to take it as gospel, because it's not as if, you know, there are any Nielsen boxes reflective of any of these streaming platforms. And so what you have is a situation where we know that this programming that sucks is costing them money. We know that because a lot of these series get canceled within the first season, and yet they keep pushing on with it. The audience is actively telling them no, and yet all of these streaming platforms continue to push it. And when you say no, they say, well, we're going to do it anyway. And if you don't like it, well, we're just going to increase the price until you do like it. Basically, the beatings will continue until morale improves. So what we have here is a case of woke programming costing the consumer money. And the only way to really show these companies that you're tired of it is honestly by unsubscribing. Now, in the case of Amazon, that might not be possible, and I think that might be by design. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Because again, most people that have Amazon Prime are not subscribing to Amazon Prime for Prime Video. They're subscribing because of the Amazon service, the shopping platform. So that might be a way that, you know, that might be the way that they get you, because you can't uncouple the two. But you can just not continue not watching Amazon Prime Video, but then again, they're just going to keep upping the price. As far as Netflix, the market has already responded by customers just unsubscribing whenever, you know, the trash is on, and then resubscribing whenever the things that they find interesting come back. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about, you know, the woke propaganda and programming being pushed in lieu of things that people actually would like to see, and whether or not you think that companies like Netflix and Amazon, Disney Plus, Hulu, all the streaming giants should be publishing the actual raw numbers of viewership on a show-by-show, original program by original program basis. All right, guys, well, that's it. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it to everybody that you like, even people that you don't like. And, you know, possibly think about subscribing if you want to see more content from us. And we'll see you on the next one. 8-Bit Heroes out. Peace.